Hey guys, welcome back to the Wood and Metal Workshop. We're starting on a new project today. We're going to be making a cutting stand for the Jepson Dry cut saw. Stealing an idea that I saw on GarageJournal.com where a guy built a stand for his saw, and it's got a Lazy Susan type mechanism in it. So the whole saw swivels, so when you lay your stock to cut on the tabletop, you can adjust your vise to cut angles and swing the saw around very easily instead of going to having to move your stands to adjust for the stock. It's going to have the basic stand underneath. There's going to be a bin. It's going to be on casters. It's going to be 37 inches tall to match the height of the main work table here. And it's going to have a bin for cut off materials. It'll be on casters so it can roll around the shop. It's going to have two folding wings on it that are going to stick out about 30. I'm going to make those about 30 inches, maybe 34. We'll have to see where the caster brackets and whatnot are, so we can have that swing to store those flat against the sides and allow us to flip them up, lock them in place. And I think we're going to go with rollers on the outfeed tables, like a conveyor system, so you can move the stock easily back and forth across it, and you're not trying to drag the work across a solid surface. And that will also eliminate the need to stack stuff on a flat surface. It'll have rollers with holes through it, so you can't put anything there. The idea is that it can move around the shop. It can be out here by the main work table when I'm working here with no vehicle in here. If I'm working with a vehicle, I can move it to a different area of the shop. I can roll it outside if I need to, and just give us a good, solid work platform. And just wanted to talk a little bit about how I go about taking an idea, a concept, and moving it into a materials list and a finished product. First off, I usually make a thumbnail sketch. I just take a legal pad, mini one here or a full-size one, doesn't really make a difference, and just make a thumbnail sketch, which I did in the house, and got an idea of what I wanted to build. I took a look at the pictures from the guy's build on GarageJournal.com. I'll put a link to that in the description down here, and then I go to the 1/4-inch graph paper. Darn mosquitoes. I had the door open for quite a while yesterday, and the shop is not quite overrun with them, but kind of full. I got to pick up some yard guard and spray the door opening again when we're going to have the door open for a while. It's that time of year, and we've had a lot of rain, so we have a lot of mosquitoes. So what I'm doing now is I'm just doing a little more detailed sketch. I'll have some measurements on here. I don't go into a full blueprint for these kinds of things. I have a good, solid, straight line sketch of what I want to build. I'll have, and off this, I will build a materials list. In this case, it's going to be built out of 1-inch and 1.5-inch square tube, probably 10 gauge tube or square tube, and I got some dual wheel casters that I came off of magazine and candy racks in a grocery store. They're good heavy duty dual wheel casters. They take a lot of weight. That's the casters that I have under a lot of the equipment here in the shop. I got a bunch of them for free, so that's the best price. I've still got several left, enough to do this project and another one. So far I've got the base cabinet here at 26 inches deep, 28 inches wide, and like I said, 37 inches tall overall. I have to get design this so I can get the casters in there and get everything measured out, so I get that exact 37 inches that matches this work table. That's the primary on this one, is it has to match this work table so I can put it up next to it, use it for long stock, and supporting other stuff. I like to have some of my main surfaces at the exact same height, so it just makes it easier working around the shop if things are at the same height and you're not having to bump something up or set something down. Just makes things easier. The big drill press, its table is set almost to exactly 37 inches, so the two tables match fairly closely, even though they're a little bit off because the floor's a little bit off, and they both have to be level. So just getting it adjusted so it so the tables are perfectly level. As some of you might know, I like to have my welding table, fab table here exactly level, so I can use levels on it as well as squares to get things set up. So I'm just going to finish drawing this out, and then I'm going to start working on my materials list, and tomorrow I will stop at the steel store and pick up the steel for it, and we'll go from there. So be back with you as soon as we get this done, and we'll go over the materials list. Alright guys, finished my sketch. I don't know if you can see that. It's probably getting blown out by the camera. But and from this, I go ahead and get my materials list. Easy way that I do it is I just count all my pieces that are the same. And I'm just going approximate dimensions here. It doesn't have to be exact because I'm buying full lengths. I always buy full lengths if I can. The only time I don't buy full lengths is some of the sheet goods or full-size sheets. For this project, I'm getting a 4x8 sheet of 20 gauge for the panels and the shelves and some other stuff, and so that'll get a full-size sheet for because I'm going to use most of it. Don't have to store a lot of extra. But for the turntable, I need some 3/16 inch plate. I need it at a minimum of 20 inches wide and 20 inches deep. So what I've got on my list here is, let's see, 3/16 by 20 inches by 48 inches. My steel supplier has cutoffs already stacked there. You just go through and pick out what you want. I'll find a piece that's close to 20, I got 20 plus inches. So I know I want a minimum of 20. Maybe I'll get something that's 21 or 23, depending on what they have. And most of them are 48 because they're chops from other cuts for other people. So I'll see what they have, get something close for that. Otherwise, I know I need 4 uprights that are approximately 36 inches long, so 36 by 4. I know that I need some 28-inch pieces because that's my width. That's the total width of the cart. That doesn't count for the miter and stuff. I know I need 4 of those. So I've got 4 down. And for other long pieces, I know I need some 26-inch pieces. I need 8 of them. So I just add all that up to get my approximation of how much steel I need. I don't mind having extra. And like I say, I buy full lengths, full sticks for a lot of this stuff. It goes on the steel rack outside, and that way I have some stuff around to build other projects with. I also included in my list for this most of this is 1-inch square tube. That's what I decided to build this out of. And I figured out I needed 4 pieces, 4 sticks, which would give me some extra, but that would get me everything I needed for this. I'm going to go ahead and order 5 because I'm going to build a welding cart that's going to hold the plasma cutter and the TIG welder. I think that's the way I'm going to go right now. And then I'm going to, on the Ideal Arc SP250, I'm going to build a cart that sits above it. I saw something at FabTech last year that held another welder above the big welder, and that will be for a small stick welder. Right now it's kind of tied between the ESAB Rebel and the MPV 210 from Lincoln. I looked at some of the Miller machines, and they don't have anything that's really comparable right now in that price range. The Lincoln's on sale right now till the end of the month, and I might just go ahead and pick one of those up the next couple of days here. I've got a TIG set up, the Eastwood unit, and I really don't need the TIG function, but it would be nice to have the stick function because I don't have a stick welder in the shop right now. And I like having that so when I can roll it over here, work outside the door and whatnot, and don't have to worry about the wind blowing my shielding gas away. So I made up my list here. So I'm getting 5 1x1 squares, one 4x8 sheet of 20 gauge, one 2-inch angle for this piece down here. It holds, it's what the casters mount to, and just gives the whole unit a little more rigidity. And then the 3/16 plate that's 20 by 48, which will give me the parts for the turntable. Other parts that I need for this, I need a Lazy Susan or turntable bearing. They have those at Menards, and that's where I'm going to pick that up. And then the rollers, I'm going to look at Menards and see what they have. Otherwise, I'll have to order something from Amazon and wait on that part of it to finish deciding the outfeeds and getting all that stuff mounted up. So that's where I am right now. Trip to the steel yard tomorrow. I'm going to bring you guys along. And the owner of the steel yard said he'd be more than willing to give us a tour. So as part of this video, I'm going to give you a tour of the steel yard. Most areas have steel yards. That's where I go to get my steel. Some other sources of steel are job shops, welding shops, where you can go in and order from them what you need. I like my guy is a small operation, and he's part of another business that he runs, and he stocks just about everything that you could need, and he can order everything that he doesn't stock. So, and he usually has that within a week. Usually I put my orders, if I'm doing, I've actually got a list here for a flatbed that we're going to be doing on a Ford F-350. And I've got my list of materials here. I'm going to get a bid on that from him tomorrow. If I ordered it on next Tuesday morning, he'll have it Thursday afternoon. So that'll be good for me. That's when his shipments come in, is Thursdays. So I can order and then pick up Thursday or Friday for weekend projects. That's where we're at now, and we'll take you out to the steel yard with us tomorrow and let you get an idea of how the steel yard works. It's not scary. It really isn't. There's 2 that I go to in our area. There's the one that I usually go to, and then if he doesn't have something that I need right away, I'll go to the other one, which is actually much larger and has everything you need. The other guy's just a little bit better on prices. That's what it comes down to, isn't it? Yeah, it's either the prices or the service, and the smaller guy has better prices and gives better service. So